On Minecraft's oldest true hardcore server, a single mistake can cost you everything. There are no second chances, no respawns, and no resets. Only the death screen. Many players have joined this server, and many have fallen to it. Survival here is not only difficult, it's unforgiving. But this raises a question. What if players didn't have to fall? What if, instead of chaos and isolation, a group rose above the rest to save the poor from fate? Welcome to the Dreamland Foundation, one of the original charity groups brave enough to operate in the spawn region. And in today's video, we'll discuss their rise, fall, and grace. In early July of 2025, a new player by the name of Yumeid would join the server for the first time. Initially, their goals were simply to survive and avoid unnecessary risks, to live the hardcore lifestyle. But in an era of fear and distrust, Yumeid couldn't stand by and watch the server tear itself apart. During their first few days, Yumeid would construct a small hidden underground base and begin gathering materials for the construction of the DLF. Gradually, Yumeid's small underground operation would expand into the early beginnings of the Dreamland Foundation. Shortly after the construction of this early base, Yumeid would begin helping new players joining the server for the first time. As more players were helped, the DLF operation would expand, and a message wall would be erected for players to leave their mark. Inspired by Yumeid's movement, some players would join the DLF ranks, notably Gocu Calvus and FlameCD 12. And by July 22nd, the DLF would officially be formed. With a growing population and a clear mission, the DLF became a powerful presence at spawn, providing resources, shelter, and guidance to new players on a daily basis. These efforts would significantly increase survival rates, and during this period, Yumeid and Gocu would develop a strong friendship, leading the server into a much-needed philanthropic era. For a moment, it seemed as though the server might actually change, but alas, all good things must come to an end. With the Dreamland Foundation in ruins and a core member dead, Yumeid and Goku were left with a difficult decision. They could continue trying to help a server that didn't want to be helped, or they could close this chapter of their hardcore lives, pursuing a future of normalcy. They chose to rebuild. Over the following weeks, the DLF base would be griefed many more times, but after each attack, it would be repaired. Goku and Yumeid working together was simply an unstoppable force, eager to leave its mark on the server. Despite constant setbacks, the DLF continued to grow, and with each attack new structures were erected, new houses replaced the old ones, and an ice highway was eventually built to expedite travel. What made the DLF unique from its predecessors was its methods of accomplishing its mission. While other groups operated far from spawn to avoid unnecessary risks, the DLF deliberately established itself at the center of danger. They remained visible to prove that good people didn't have to hide in the darkness. This decision alone defined the impact of the DLF, the risk they were willing to take for a collective benefit. They stood in the path of danger to help the weak, and in doing so it was at once their greatest triumph and their greatest downfall, for it is much easier to destroy than to create. With Goku dead and Yumeid committing suicide shortly after, the leadership of the DLF had been dismantled, and soon after followed its demise. Despite this tragedy, through its short lifespan, the DLF had lived a fruitful life, aiding and inspiring many to lead good lives on the server. They marked a precedent likely never to be seen again. Regardless of the fall of the DLF, it led many virtuous efforts we see today through teams like the Legion of Concordia. In memory of the DLF and its philanthropic endeavors, it's important to remind ourselves that it's better to create than to destroy, to leave a mark of positivity for our legacy as Yumeid and Goku did. Thanks to the following players for aiding in the production of this video. This wouldn't have been possible without them. If you enjoyed the video and want to see more lore content like this, then please like and subscribe.